And I am live. Hello, 36 people that were sitting there waiting for me to go live. Who was first? Catalan. 50 Hertz. Great username. Dave looks so young in that thumbnail. Yes, I do. Shut up. Thanks, Mike. Yes, I look so young in that thumbnail. I can tell you, what would that thumbnail date from? That thumbnail would date from, I was at Surcell at the time. So this is before Altium. So, yeah, I haven't worked at Altium for a decade. So, yeah, I finished at Altium in 2011. 2011, yes. Holy crap. Was it? 2011? 2000, yeah, 2011, I think. Yes, April 2011 I left Altium. So it was before, and I worked at Altium for like 3 or 4 years. So it was like, it was 90, that photo's probably 97, maybe. 97, I'd say, yeah, yep, tops. Not 97, maybe 96, not sure. Hasab, hey Hasab. Hasab's in electronics. He has a YouTube channel. Hey Andrew, Friday in the UK. Fire Striker, hey Dave, I'm wondering, have you had the chance to, I assume, hang on, I assume that my audio's good. Yeah, people would be screaming at me now if it wasn't good. Fire Striker, well, I can show the comment. Have you had the chance to watch Ghostbusters Afterlife? Do you plan on making a thoughts video about it on the second channel? Yes, I mentioned this last week. I have watched Ghostbusters. I filmed my reaction to Ghostbusters. And I'm probably 2/3 of the way through editing that. Probably 3/4 of the way through editing that. Like, because it's a full 2 hour, it's the full 2 hours of me watching it. So I've got to chop it up, you know, I'm just chopping it up. It's got, you know, 1,000 little cuts in it. So I'm almost done doing that. So I'll dump that on the second channel. I don't know whether or not I'll do a review. I thought about doing a review of it. But yeah, I don't know. But I talked about that last week. I don't know. If I get time, if I'm bored, I'll do a review video. I should. Didn't wear my Ghostbusters t-shirt today. I wore that last week, didn't I? Hey, Paul. Days of waking up early on a Saturday morning to watch Rage. I used to get up on a Saturday morning to watch Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds, go. It was on 6 a.m. every Saturday. Was it 6 or was it like 5:30 or something? It was, you know, it was reasonably early. Thunderbirds, I go. Yep, used to get up, watch Thunderbirds. Religiously. I know all the episodes by heart. Because there's only like, you know, 25 episodes or something, and they just kept repeating them and stuff. I'm good, thank you, Mads Tech. Defpom's in the house. Speaking of which, just before this, I was doing a repair, shooting a repair video on the Philips scope. I have something to show over there. And hang on, I'll just call up my Odyssey, EEVblog live on Odyssey. Hello, peeps on Odyssey. What are Odyssey people called? I don't know what Odyssey people are called. Odyssey rules, somebody says. Share. Share screen. Screen 2. Share. Boom. Boom, shaky boom. Greetings from the nether regions. Oh, Ian Scott Johnson's in the house yet again. Czech Republic, Nikki from the Czech Republic. Dom Tom from Croatia, Slovakia, Hungary. So, and hi to all my Odyssey viewers. Good morning from Finland. Good job, EEVblog, for trying out Odyssey. I've done more than try out Odyssey. I was one of the pioneers on Library. I was one of the early adopters. I've been on here for like 3-4 years. I don't know. How old's Library? I don't know when I first joined. I first joined back when before there was library TV. But before it was, so even before it was Odyssey, it was library.tv, and even before that, it was, you had to use the library app, and that was it. I think that was the only way you could you could actually use the system. Was so I was way back then. That's why they gave me the, like, I've got the certificate and everything. I got the certificate. I'm a founding member of library. Back before it was called Odyssey. I guess they would have given me an Odyssey thing. Maybe they should upgrade the certificate. But yeah, I am a founding member of library. So more than that. But yes, Big Clive is on Odyssey, and we hassled Ben Heck last week, and I think I spoke to him. And he might join. I think he was. Can somebody check if Ben Heck's on Odyssey/library yet? Or is that? Oh, sorry. These are last week's. Are these? Yeah. This is the thing with Odyssey is that. Thank you for the tips, Thomas and Time Waster, and and others. Stembod, no, this is last week. Yeah, because there's only one, like, URL for live stream. Like, I would have to change it every week. I would have to change the live stream link every week for Odyssey for it to be different. So I don't know if, no, that's, so, yep. So sorry. Hi, Dave, just now. Yeah, Marcus is the latest one, just now. So it didn't tell 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 6 days ago. Yeah, there we go. So that's, hello, Apollo NG and Marcus are the only 2 people currently. Yeah, okay, right. Fooled, absolutely fooled. All right. Yeah, because I use the same link because I'm a lazy bastard and it just works. Like in StreamYard, I just hit go to Odyssey and and the existing link still works. So I don't know what the deal is there. So yeah, I think I have to get off my lazy ass and produce a new link each week. Set up a new live streaming link and a key. You know, you got to set up a new key and everything, I think. So there you go. At least I did change the description on there. EEVblog live on Odyssey now, it says. So, yep. Whoop, and boom, we're back. Heinrich donates every week. I appreciate it, Heinrich, but can you please stop? Can you please stop with the super chats? Like, you do it every week. First, what is the grey thing on the table? The grey thing. You've seen the video. That grey thing, I assume you're talking about. That is the battery charger. That's the KDEX battery charger. I've done a video on that. Done a video teardown on that. It's midnight in Romania. Up early to watch the Open University? Was that a thing? Was that on TV, was it? Right, we never had any sort of university stuff on TV here. Hello from the Czech Republic. It was Stingray. Yeah, Stingray was another super marionation thing, wasn't it? We never got Stingray here. That was never a thing. And of course, if it wasn't on television here, I couldn't see it. There was no internet. There was no, you know, don't even think it was on VHS tape, you know. Then again, VHS tape wasn't a thing when I was watching Thunderbirds. Thank you. Congrats on the 100K. Yes, I've still got it. I'm a lazy ass. I have not bothered to shoot the unboxing video of my YouTube Silver World where I punked them. I punked YouTube. This does not have EEVblog 2 written on it. I mentioned it last week. I think I punked them. I'm pretty sure it doesn't say EEVblog 2 on it. Here he goes with his posh ATEM. Yeah, I've got my posh ATEM. Yep. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the shit I can do. Just live. Just hit a button and I'm in like Flynn. Look at this. Woohoo! Look at that. There you go. Some diode porn. Speaking of which, I can overlay my multimeter and everything. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Did it actually? Yes, it did change it. Yes. Sorry, it did change it live. Yeah. That's good. So you are seeing that. Yes, people are seeing that. That's good. All right, because that would have been embarrassing if I was just bragging and it wasn't there. Yeah, my posh ATEM. And I can, yes, part of the week. Part of the week. Let me show you a part that I found. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to watch the video. Not that it's a spoiler, it's just in the video. It's not like the culprit of the repair that I was doing on the Philips scope. But yeah, here we go. I'll show you. I will show you. I have the tools. I have the talent. This puppy, which looks really, which doesn't look like that. It's not as bulbous. It looks like a shriveled up sausage. it's just completely white. It's a really weird looking diode. And I didn't know what it was when I first saw it, but I was measuring it around, like I was measuring the components on the Philips power supply on that scope, trying to repair it. And yeah, it was, hang on. I'll catch up on the chat. Dom Tom, thank you. I'll get to your chat in a sec. Heinrich's done it again. Heinrich deliberately trolls me with money. I'm sure Heinrich deliberately trolls me with money. Did you see Julian last videos? They are interesting. I have no idea what that means. Julian last videos. I have no idea who or what Julian last videos is. Please stop trolling with money, Heinrich. At some point I'm going to have to stop reading your super chats because you do it like 3 or 4 times per show, at least. I'm sure he's trolling me with money, which most people would think is a good thing, but, you know, fair suck of the sav, mate. BY8400 series, yeah, fast recovery. So this is a high voltage diode. I can speak English. High voltage diode in the what's it? Hang on. Yeah, this is a high voltage diode in the 2.2 kilovolt section. So the anode section of the Philips power supply, and I couldn't measure it with a regular meter. It was just measuring like 40 megohms or something. So I suspected, is this one of these newfangled diodes that have an incredibly high voltage drop? And if you go down here, if you go see, it's actually designed for voltage multipliers and stuff. So it's actually designed for this sort of stuff. So yeah, it's actually yeah, it's a once again, hang on. Where's the different parts? Yeah, they go up to 30 kilovolts. Holy reverse voltage, Batman. Yeah, but this one is the 208412. So it's the 14 kV jobby, but it's only used in the 2.2 kilovolt section. But anyway, so yeah, you got to go down here. They do tell you the reverse voltage. Here's the tricky business. Here it is here. BY8412. Sorry, the forward voltage drop. The forward voltage drop, 52 volts. Have you ever seen a diode that has up to forward voltage drop? Look, maximum on the Big Daddy is 98 volts. 90 forward voltage. None of this 0.6 volt rubbish, right? 52 volts. But it turns out if you put it on the 121 GW multimeter, which has a 15 volt compliance voltage range, then yeah, you get I got like 11 volts or something. So yeah, and you can go down here, you can actually find the characteristic. What is it? No, it'll be looking like that. Yeah. Forward current as a maximum, no, yeah, forward voltage, there it is. Forward voltage as a function of maximum forward current. So it's like, you know, look, they don't even like, yeah, so it was like, it's down, yeah, so I was measuring like 14 volts or something, no, 11 volts or something, so I was right down here, so I don't think I was putting that much current through it, but anyway, 11, yeah, there, something like that, but, yep, yeah, because I think the 121 GW only puts through like a couple of milliamps or something, so yeah, there you go, that's component of the week. So you cannot test that with your ordinary diode multimeter. Can't do it. Can't do it. It just appears open and you'll follow a red herring down a rabbit hole and you'll think that it's dodgy. But yeah, there you go. Very interesting part. Defpom's doing a 20k sub giveaway, or thinking about it. Only a couple of weeks left. Should I wait until 25k? Oh, yeah. I don't know. 25k is kind of more important than 20k, but then 20k rolls over, it's a quarter, but then 20k rolls over a digit, like, yeah, it rolls over rolls over a more significant digit. I don't know, leave it in the comments down below. Everyone will just say do it on 20k because they want their giveaway. I don't know how they do it. I assume it's, Paul, I assume it's like the doping. I assume it's just like the doping or something. I don't think it's a stack of diodes. I think, oh, actually it could be. If anyone knows, like, well, actually the thing is long. It is quite long, so that might be interesting. It could be a stack of diodes. I don't know. Does anyone know? Does anyone know how they get these super high voltage diodes? I assume it's not one die, right? Because maybe you can get away with that at a couple of kilovolts, but when you get up into like, no, it's 14 kilovolt rated is the one I've got, right? So yeah, they might physically use separate dies. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah. But I assume it's got totally different doping, or does it physically use some long die? It's about that long. It's about that long. It's about 10 centimeters, a centimeter long. It's long and thin. So I don't know. Does anyone know? Does anyone know how they do those high voltage diodes? Fire Striker? Is that a new comment? I extensively answered your comment at the start of the video. See, Heinrich, you're doing it again. I know it's not a troll, but you want me to, like, because I feel, if somebody does me a super chat, I feel obligated to mention it, right? But you keep doing it again and again and again. So I politely ask you, please, no more super chats. Because you tend to hog the chat. And it's not fair on everyone else. So I appreciate it, but please don't do it. Kevin, you reckon Afterlife was awful? I thought it was great. I mentioned this last week. Yeah. I mentioned this last week, but I'll probably go through it. Dave berates his viewers. Good time, I'm out. Look. Seriously? Okay, bugger off, Mike. Bugger off if you want, right? I don't care. Care factor 0, okay? But I'll explain myself. Heinrich, every week, Heinrich does like at least half a dozen super chats and dominates the chat. And I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate giving me money, but at some point, it comes to a point where you are dominating everyone else. You're making me like look at your comment over everyone else's, right? And sure, that's the idea of super chat, I guess, right? But it gets to a point where it's too much. So I kindly asked for Heinrich, please, to stop doing like half a dozen or a dozen super chats every week. So, look, come on, right? Because I know other people get, like angry at, oh, it's Heinrich again with his super chat, right? Everyone, and Dave's just talking to Heinrich because he super chats. And then I don't get to talk to people who don't super chat. And like, geez, gets to a point. So yeah, what did I think? Oh, hang on. Full screen again. What did I think about Afterlife? Yes, I thought it was great. Sure, like, the problem with this is, right, everyone, it's been, 35 years or something? 30 plus years, right? Everyone wants something different. I wanted something different as well. I would love to have seen, the old guys carry the whole movie, but they can't. They're so old, it probably wouldn't have worked, right? I would love to see a continuation of, say, like a continuation of the story in terms of, like, everyone's got a different way they wanted the story to continue, right? And I'd be and I'm sure if you told me the way you thought it should have gone, I would have said, yeah, that would have been a great idea too. But there's 1,000 great ideas how the story could have continued, right? And yeah, I'd love to see them, like, their franchise, they actually franchise out and they're, running a franchise and shit like that. That could have been funny, right? That could have been funny. But look, they chose a way to do it because they've waited so long, unfortunately, and they goofed up 2016. They could have done it in 2016 when they had all the cast on board, but no, they did their freaking woke shit, right? And it's rebooted the timeline and whatever. It was just, let's just not talk about the 2016 pile of shit, right? And that was so disrespectful, right? The 2016. So anyone, right? So they had to choose a direction. And I'm not upset that they didn't do it in New York again, and I'm not upset that the original Ghostbusters didn't carry, like, the whole movie. They had to pass the torch. That was obvious, right? They had to pass the torch. Okay? If you want Ghostbusters to continue, if you wanted just one final movie with the 3 guys left, and yeah, there might be spoilers, with Egon as well, then, right? Yeah, okay, but then it doesn't continue after that, right? So anyway, so the fact that Harold Ramis is dead, right? And they wanted to pay tribute to him, and I thought it was a brilliant tribute. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Not a perfect movie, but I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I thought Phoebe McKenna Grace as Egon's granddaughter was fantastic, right? She basically carried the whole movie. And Paul Rudd, great casting choice. He's hilarious, right? But he wasn't in it for like a third of the movie, so he couldn't. Okerka stayed. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat. Someone else hated it too, right? Sorry, yeah, David, I'll get back to your super chat. I'll just, there's a couple of super chats, right? I'll just continue my little thing. Yeah, so they, where was I? What's my train of thought? They were, so they had to pass the torch, right? So if you're going to pass the torch, you pass it to Egon's grandkids, right? That's absolutely fantastic. And then I totally was not expecting Egon to play such a big role in this, right? And you could argue that wasn't a good direction for him and all that sort of stuff. Like, you can argue about the storyline. And then, of course, yes, the big thing is that it's just a rehash of the first movie, right? Sure, it's just a rehash, but I don't care. All I wanted out of this movie is for the 3 OG Ghostbusters to turn back up, put on the packs, and bust ghosts, right? That's all I wanted. Sure, it was, spoiler alert, it was Gozer again. Okay, so it was just a rehash of the first movie. But I don't care, right? I don't care. We got to see them again, and they didn't disrespect the original characters, which is what they did in the 2016, which is what they did in Star Wars and what they did in every other freaking woke garbage movie that they're doing these days, right? They just have to, the young female is, you know, she can do everything and she's so powerful and blah, 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 right? It's just Star Wars all over again. And no, and they disrespected all of your heroes, right? But in this one, they didn't. They paid respect to they paid respect to the original guys. And I thought it was a really good tribute movie. Not perfect, but I enjoyed it. I had fun, and I think Bustin' Muncher was, argue away all you want, prove me wrong, Muncher was the best bust of any of the Ghostbusters movies. It was the best bust, out of the 3 movies. Or even 4 if you want to count the 2016 bullshit, right? So I reckon it was pretty good. I was happy. It was beautifully shot, and it was, you know, dark and ominous. You'll see this when I post my reaction thing, I mention in there, like, I'm sitting there going, this is exactly the same as the original, but I don't care, right? I'm sitting there watching, I'm just going, I don't care. I don't care that it's exactly the same as the first movie. I don't care, right? Everything's the same. But I just, I just did not care. So, I thought it was good. And sure, there's a million other things. I would love to have, I mentioned this years ago, and I would love to have seen Janine Melnitz pick up a pack, right, and become the 4th Ghostbuster, for example, right? I would love to have seen a continuation of the story of, you know, how it was like a franchise thing and stuff like that. I think that could have been real funny, and stuff. And sort of, and the exposition by Dan Aykroyd in it, that was a bit poorly done. Like, they could have edited that a bit better and stuff. But I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I watched it a second time, and I enjoyed it just as much the second time. So yes, absolutely not perfect, absolutely not perfect at all. But I simply enjoyed it, and they paid respect to the original characters. So there you go. That's what I think of Afterlife. Right, so I'm going to catch up because there were a couple of super chats. Really? You could feel people groan? Oh, there was 1 or 2 bits where I groaned in it, but not, you know, no, it gets it, like, what does it get? Like 95% Rotten Tomatoes or something? Audience score? You can't, I don't, if you hated it, if you really hated it, I don't think you could be a true fan. I don't think you could be a true Ghostbusters fan and hate it. Sure, it may not have been what you wanted, but I don't think you could complain that, you know, it was it didn't at least respect the original Ghostbusters. At least it was a brilliant tribute to Harold Ramis. Wow, couldn't ask for any better tribute to Harold Ramis. So from that, you got to give it a thumbs up from that point of view. Andrew thinks they're a stack of diodes on the die-in series. May be wrong, if anyone can correct me. Yeah, maybe. Yep. Yeah, that would explain. Yeah, that's like, you know, I don't understand the physics mechanism of how they get up to 98 volts maximum forward voltage drop, you know, without, like, on a single PN junction. Like, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's very interesting. Does somebody know if, what's his name left, who complained about me supposedly berating Heinrich? Has he left? Or is he still around? Dave, you asked politely, you are correct, trolls suck, even if they're giving the money. Like, I don't think he's like, you know, he's not, there's no malice in it, right? It's just, you know, it gets to a point where I think it not only, like, it just ruins it for other people, and that's what I don't like, right? If somebody's hogging the super chat, right? It's not fair on other people because I want to read want to spend time and read other comments who don't do super chat as well, right? I don't just want to read out super chats. Dave, did you see Rossman video? This is a video no YouTuber wants to make. Yes, I saw that. Just banned Ostrov. Is he the one that complained? I can't remember. Terrible short-term memory. Be like a prostitute. Smile and smile, act you like, and take the money. See, I can't. Like if it's potentially ruining it for other people, then that's that's when I've got to say something, right? Yes, I saw. Yes, about if people who don't know, he was supposedly stalked. Well, not he moved. He moved to New Hampshire. That's not outing him, right? Everyone knows he moved to New Hampshire, and he moved into this new rental place while he's looking to buy a place. He looked in, and then somebody sent him a letter in the mail. And his video is basically saying, look, this guy's letter is, very polite. There's no malice in it or anything, but you found my new address. The only way you could find my new address is if you followed me here, is if you physically stalked me here. And I believe it turns out that that's not the only way, because I would have said that, no, it's through real estate listings. You could probably find him, because that was the place he's renting was most likely advertised, right, as a rental place. So all you got to look through is recent listings or ones that have recently been leased out, and you should be able to match it, right? You should be able to match photos because he's posted photos inside, and videos, walk around videos inside his new apartment. So you should be able to match it. So it's probably not hard. Sorry, I've probably just told people how to stalk Lewis Rossman, but yeah, it's not hard. I would suspect, like, it requires work. But I do believe that's how that he found him. I think Lewis has actually confirmed that's how this guy found him, was he simply went through the real estate listings and stuff. Anyway, yeah, in that video, Lewis is saying, look, I'm going to have to buy a gun, And I think my comment on the video was, America, I'm going to have to buy a gun. Australia, piss off, mate, or something like that, That would be the mindset difference between, Then again, things might be very different if I lived in the US. But I live here in Australia, so, no worries. It's quite crazy watching Lewis Rossman AMA streams where people are dropping insane amounts of dollars to out super chat other people. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Like, I'm not in this to make money. I just, super chats are enabled because some people just want it because people ask for it, basically. No, it wasn't. It wasn't cringy and in bad taste. I don't think it was. I kind of expected to see Egon possibly as a ghost, but I thought he'd only appear as one scene. But it was no, it wasn't. If you watch the Adam Savage behind the scenes footage, right, on Adam Savage's channel, they talk about all this sort of stuff, and literally the second person to read the script was Egon's family, right? It was Harold Ramis's family. Second or third person to ever read the script was Harold Ramis's family, and they were on board, and they were in the creative process. And no, I don't think it was in bad taste. I thought it was awesome, right? I almost cried. It was fucking awesome. You can't be a fan. I can't believe you can be a fan, Kevin, and think that was done in bad taste. No way. Go and watch any of the interviews with Jason Reitman. Go and watch it. Go and watch the passion that guy has for Ghostbusters. He was in Ghostbusters 2. He was in there. Harold Ramis was his friend, right? I don't think that was done in bad taste. I think you're wrong. I think you're absolutely wrong. Demonstrably wrong. Go and watch any interview with yeah. Glad you supported Thunderfoot with the latest busted nonsense out there. Oh, yeah, I shared his. Yeah, if he does a busting video, I'm going to share it. Oh, there are only on Twitter, right? Because this is where all of the outrage mob live, on Twitter, right? They only exist on Twitter. Nowhere else, right? If I post if I retweet Thunderfoot in any way, there's always someone there going, how can you support this bigoted, misogynist, Nazi, blah, 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 insert SJW tantrum rage here. It's like, fuck off. Fuck off. Really? What a sad sack of shit you have to be. I got this again recently. What a sad sack of shit you have to be to berate somebody who, just for merely being associated with somebody else, right? I've been taken to task, and other people, other creators have been taken to task publicly and privately for being associated with me, right? Because I'm a bigot, misogynist, bloody, insert phobe here. I'm a transphobe. I'm a bloody, everything phobe, right? And according to the outrage mob, right? So people, just being associated with me is enough to get you banished in certain parts of Twitter, right? And I won't go into how bad it actually gets, but it's spilled over into the real world, right? And it's bad. It's bad, right? And these people, what a sad sack of shit you have to be just to get upset at somebody, just to attack somebody because they're merely, posting content from another person that they think is some, insert phobia thing here, right? Bloody ridiculous. What a pathetic human you must be. Sad. I weep for the future. I would not cry at all if Twitter just got nuked. I would. I got 50,000 followers on Twitter. I don't care. I would not shed a tear if Twitter just got nuked tomorrow. Yeah. They will, Kevin, thank you. They will never ever do a Back to the Future reboot. The two, I'm thinking, why am I keep thinking Ghostbusters here? No, the two behind it, the two Bobs, that's who I'm thinking of. The two Bobs who own the rights to it, they have to sign off on anything Ghostbusters related. And they have said multiple times over their dead body, there will be a Back to the Future reboot, right? They can't guarantee what happens when the rights pass to their kids after they're dead. But as far as they're still breathing, there will never be another Back to the Future reboot or remake. So, yep. They've come out multiple times publicly and said this. It's great. It's great. Lewis nearly makes more with. Okay, I don't watch his live AMA things. I occasionally jump into one of his live road trips or something, but maybe I'm not there at the right time. He makes more on super chats than fixing motherboards. 90% of engineers are conservative. Imagine that. Yeah, I don't know about that. It'd be an interesting poll. I don't know. But then again, what is conservative? Like, people call me an alt-right fucking conservative. I'm left-wing. I've been left-wing for 30 fucking years. And, and people will call me an alt-right conservative, or some bullshit like that, Yeah, I'm conservative in some ways, and I'm extreme left-wing in other ways. Like, geez, you can't pigeonhole people these days. But these days, because the Overton window has shifted, shifted so far to the left. The Overton window, here's me standing on the left, right? I would have considered, 20 years ago, I was considered maybe even extreme left wing 20 years ago, right? Because I supported gay rights and the environment and everything else, right? That was like extreme left wing 20 years ago, right? Even 30 years ago, right? So I'm here, but the left, but the Overton window, right, has shifted so far to the left that now me, even though I haven't moved, I'm now a centre libertarian, pretty much, right? And some people even think that I'm a conservative, some ultra conservative, right? That's how far the left has shifted. It's just madness. Yeah, absolute madness. Ian Scott Johnson thinks it's a winner chicken dinner. I think it's a winner. Yep. Name a better way. Okay, for those who don't like it, tell me how you think it should have. Why? Well, do you think it was disrespect? Do you think it was just like disrespect, or did you think it was just a terrible movie because insert X? No. They've said that there will not be anything. They said it was a perfect trilogy. That's it. It's done. They will not continue it as long as they live. As long as there's breath in their lungs, they will not do it. So, no. I've already done that, Brian. Haven't I done? I've done a couple of FPGA videos, and they're very high up in the FPGA search terms. Yeah, it's fine, mate. It's like I don't expect everyone to like it, and that's fine. I'm just telling you from my point of view as a huge Ghostbusters fan, somebody who has the freaking overalls, right? I have the freaking overalls. Here you go, right, Jones, right, Jones, right. I was this far away from buying an authentically built pack, right? What? Wash your mouth out, Def Pom. What's BTTF? Oh my goodness. Everyone give Def Pom a collective slap. The only good scene was the Walmart. Here is the difference. Here's the difference in opinion. I didn't like the Walmart scene. Are you talking about the Stay Puft marshmallows, the little cute little Stay Puft? They're very cute, and I didn't. Oh, they're very cute, and I didn't mind it. But it went on too long. It went on far too long. It was clear the Walmart was a product placement thing, and I didn't. That's one of my least favorite bits in the film, right? That's one of my least favorite bits. How can, a fantastic, how can you not say, for example, how can you not say that busting Muncher was not an absolutely cool scene or multiple scenes? Because it took them, spoiler alert, it took them multiple. I love that it took them multiple efforts, right? Whereas the 2016 Ghostbusters, look, just, aren't we perfect, right? No, they took them 3 attempts to bust Muncher, right? 3 attempts. It was great. It was just, and it was beautifully shot, and it was just, man, and the gunner seat, how can you say that was the only, no, Busty Muncher was fantastic. You can criticize, there's shit characters like the frizzy-haired girl, Lucky, her name was, I think it was Lucky, yeah, Lucky, she may as well not even exist in the movie. Even Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard, they didn't give him much to do in there. As I think I said this last week, I'd be happy just to see a sequel with Podcast and Phoebe. The other two don't, meh. So yeah, how can you say that's the only good scene? Oh my God, see that is a difference in opinion, huge difference in opinion. I think that was one of the Walmart. Whereas it was fun when it was getting chased by the terror dog and stuff, which is in the trailer. It's all in the trailer. Bill Murray was cool, and yeah, all of them were cool. I loved the fight. There's two credit scenes. There's two credit scenes, and the final one with Winston. The final one with Winston. That was great. That was beautiful. I'll always be a Ghostbuster. Like, you know, oh man, that was beautiful end to the movie. I thought, boring as batshit. Yeah, I don't know. Man, you hate it so much. I don't believe you're a fan. I don't believe you could be a fan and hate it that much. Wow. It's not a children's movie franchise. I don't let my kids watch Ghostbusters. It is not a kid's movie. It's not a kid's movie. It's an adult movie. It's for adults. And podcast. No, see, I thought podcast was okay. Okay, Kevin, we get it. You absolutely hate almost everything about deepfake. What's deepfake? They actually built the real terror dogs. They built the real terror dogs. Seriously, if you want an appreciation of how much love went into Ghostbusters Afterlife, go to Adam Savage's Tested channel. He's got all the behind the scenes footage. He's got like dozens of videos on Ghostbusters Afterlife, like going through the sets and talking to the people who created it and everything. And you'll just, but I don't think you can be safe. You hated the movie and that's fine. Whatever. What is the brand of that bottle I am drinking from? Says Omar. It's an insulated 360 degrees. So it's I think that is the brand name. I think, I'm sure if you Google that, you'll probably find it. So it's an insulated thing. So, you know, it's actually got, you know, the air thingy inside it, and it keeps your water cool for the whole day. You know, it's great. Oh. Anyway, I can't wait to buy the box set for Afterlife. Oh, by the way, I'll probably only do 2 hours today. Last week was 3. You know, every week it's like 3 hours or something. I should probably, I should probably do shit. I should probably finish making videos. So I might only do 2 hours today. So remind me when 2 hours is up. I'm not going to answer Kevin anymore. Kevin's clearly just absolutely hates it. We get it. Oh, hang on. Oh, I'm not up on the comments again. Sorry. Here's another super chat. Thank you for the £10. New Retro Repair. I assume New Retro Repair has a channel. Hang on. How do I call up? Searching New Retro Repairs channel. Has 1.2k subs. There you go. Go subscribe to New Retro Repair. Faulty job lot. You've got a whole job lot of Sega Mega Drive 2 consoles. Can we fix them? Nice. Streaming. Oh, you do live streaming repairs and stuff. Temporary repair fix a Nintendo Switch. There you go. So if you're into your repair of your retro stuff, if you're into retro repair and retro gaming and stuff, go and give New Retro Repair a sub. What is my perfect Sunday? I don't know. It depends what I'm into, you know. Depends what I'm in. Depends what I'm, you know, I feel like doing that weekend. But it could be, you know, going up the mountains. Could be doing something like that. I don't know. Yep. See, the problem is when you work for yourself, right? You get so like caught up in the work. That, you know, because this is my hobby. Like I love what I do, so I love just coming out to the. You know, I love just sitting in my lab and just, you know, I love just hanging out in my lab. Like, that's just me. That is just the nerd in me, right? So a perfect Sunday for me can just be everyone leaves me alone and I just hang out in my lab. But then, you know, I've got a family, right? So it's also could be hanging out with the family, right? Doing something with the kids, you know, something like that. It depends. It depends. Oh, how do I? Boom. Sigourney during the credits. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. I was wondering when she'd show up because she didn't show up in the movie. Spoiler alert, Sigourney Weaver's only in the credits. Yeah, which that did not fit in. Like that credit scene, she's in the first credits scene, and that just didn't fit in with the rest of the movie. It was just put in as a gag, but it was still funny, and it was good to see her. And yeah, it was good. Yeah. Although the problem is, in the movie, the question was never answered. I assumed that Janine Melnitz was the mother, right? Was you know, her and Egon ended up getting together, right? Which it implies they did, but she's clearly not the mother. Right? She's not the mother or the grandmother of Phoebe, right? So they had some sort of relationship, but she's not the mother. So Phoebe is actually, we don't find out who the mother is in this thing. And I thought that was really annoying. I wanted that to be Janine Melnitz, right? But no, she plays not a real estate agent in it, but she's like handling his estate and stuff. And yeah, I didn't like that. I wanted her to be the... Yeah, I was very confused and I didn't like it. I wanted her to be the wanted her to be the grandmother. No, the video and audio does get out of sync sometimes. It's not me. It's just the system. Sorry, it eventually comes back into sync. Thank you, Ola. Trying to make friends now. Anything electric power... Trying to make friends... No, anything electric powered will heat your house as much per watt as per an electric radiator. Any tips on a good rhetoric to make them understand? Well, I don't think electric heaters are the most efficient. I think air cons are the most efficient. They have a coefficient of performance greater than 1. So I think if you're talking about BTUs per energy input, and electric radiator is not the most efficient. I don't believe that's true, Ola. I believe I'll find a reverse cycle air conditioner because it has a coefficient of performance greater than 1. This is why you can get a 5 kilowatt air conditioner that only takes 1 to 1.5 kilowatts or something like that. It's because it has a coefficient of electrical energy. The 5 kilowatts in the aircon, that actually comes from how much BTU heat energy it can actually move. So yeah, I think you'll find that there's nothing better in terms of energy input than a reverse cycle air conditioner because it's a heat pump. It's a heat, or the reverse, or cooling. Yeah, I don't think, because here in Australia, it isn't about heating, it's about cooling. I know that's weird to other countries, right, where it's all about heating. Nobody understands that to have an air conditioner here, we have an air conditioner to cool things down. We don't have a heating systems to heat things up, unless you're, in the mountain regions or something like that, then you might have a fireplace, but yeah. Now, I believe you'll find, please correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, the peeps, in the comments will tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe an aircon will be the most efficient. There might be more efficient methods, I don't know. Oh, sorry, haven't I done that? Oh, yeah, I need to do that. Oh, it's just a store thing. I forgot to re-enable them. Kevin's still going on. Wow. He's got a bee in his bonnet. Yes, Paul. one wonders. No, he's just passionate that the movie sucks. Thank you. Yes, demotion of Pluto was sad. Yes, I am a Pluto fanboy. Yep, in my day we had 9 planets. Did everyone see the well, I didn't see it, but I saw the aftermath of the Tesla thing. They had like a quarterly earnings call with Elon the other day, and the share price tanked because he's now going, oh, let's get into robots instead of cars or something. And it's like, I did warn people several months back not to about your Tesla shares. People bragging about their Tesla shares. I did warn people. It's got further to fall. Trust me. Yes, they have sent it, but I punked them. It does not say, I'm pretty sure, when I have not opened it, when I open this on camera, it will not say EEVblog 2. I got them to print something. I think I got them to print something. That will be hilarious, which I mentioned the other week. I don't know. I don't think so. No, I don't think there's any limit like that. I don't think there's a limit to how many you can do. I think you can just constantly, if you want to, you can just constantly boom, 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 bombard. I think you'd have to ban someone to stop them. Oh, how's the Odyssey chat going? You are reading 17-day-old comments again. Yes, I was. Yeah, so I must have been doing that the previous weeks, yeah. Stonicky likes hearing different perspectives about movies. Yeah, I mean, come on. Not everyone's going to like every movie. I mean, it's just, you know, even ones that get 100% are on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm sure there's haters out there. So, yeah, but no, like, I only had several requirements for Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it met every one of them. It met everyone. I wanted to see them strap on the packs again. I wanted to see them respected, not belittled like they have in every other franchise. They've destroyed every other franchise. They belittle all of your heroes, right? No, they did not do that here. I wanted to see them, and I wanted to see them pass the torch, and I wanted to see them bust, you know, ghosts, and I wanted to see, like, sort of like a shot like in a dark, ominous way and stuff like, and it met all these things. It met all the requirements. And I thought, I don't know how you can't say Phoebe is not good in, you know, well, not that anyone said Phoebe's not good. But yeah, I think the result was pretty well done. You were never, ever going to please everyone. It was impossible. It was an impossible task on Jason Reitman. Absolutely impossible. But I think he did an excellent job. You can tell the passion went into it. It was made by a true fan. And made by somebody who was in the second Ghostbusters movie. As well as having his dad there in the chair next to him while he's doing every shot. Imagine that. Imagine having your old man in the chair next to you, like while you're doing your own thing, going, psst, hey, you know, maybe you should do it this way, you know. Oh, am I reading old comments again? Hang on. Oh, geez, I'm way. Hang on. How did I get so far behind on the comments? I'm like half an hour behind. Damn, I so suck at this. There should be, like, I wish there was like an automatic thing I could put. I like that. Dave is considered alt-right because he tells people to piss off. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't, you know, I just call out bullshit, right? Yeah, so you're an alt-right Nazi, you know, transphobe, bloody, you know, insane. They just throw slurs at you, right? Anyway, yeah, I'm way. Sorry. I follow you and the Amp Hour. I don't always agree with your personal opinions, but I don't have to. Thanks for doing what you do. You're net positive. Thank you very much. Morton? Yes. Yeah, that's the attitude. Thank you for the 50 NOK. What's NOK? Is that like Norwegian currency or something? Thank you. Yes. Yeah, you don't, you know, it's like, you know, I mentioned Thunderfoot before. Do I agree with everything Thunderfoot says? You know, no. Right? No. Like, that's not, you know. But it's in today's partisan world, you either have to hate somebody or fully support them. And that is utter bullshit. Utter bullshit. And, yeah, I do not want to live in that society, and I will not perpetuate it, and I will not tolerate it. So if you're doing that shit, I will tell you to piss off. Oh, Mike's doing his teardown again. He hinted at it. I don't know if anyone guessed. I saw he put up a thing on Twitter to guess. Don't know if anyone guessed it. Anyway, yeah, jeez. All right, I'm just checking to make sure I haven't missed any super chats. I just got a Solace, the most efficient radiator in the world. The AC is about 4.5. Yeah, I believe the coefficient of performance is around about that 4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah. What became of that Medtronics ventilator that went open source? Nothing. Actually, it's probably been almost 2 years now, hasn't it? Has it been almost? Yeah, it'd be almost 2 years now. And I think they had a 2-year. Didn't they have a 2-year clause in there, or something, that it becomes non-open source after 2 years or some bullshit like that? No. Or was it 2 years after the pandemic ends or something? So yeah. I don't know, but yeah, nothing happened with that ventilator, you know. Oh man, everyone was jumping on the ventilator bandwagon. I kind of knew that was kind of, meh, you know. Yep. My spidey sense was telling me that was a bit, yeah, nah. It's going to turn into a nothing burger, and sure enough. Thank you, Jacob. Could a TV remote be powered off an RF energy harvester? Samsung. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned this the other week. Yeah, potentially. It's possible. Like, you know, really minute amounts of power. Like if it's coming from Wi-Fi. I've done a busted video on that like 11 years ago, 12 years ago. It was one of my first videos. It's like number 30 or something. 40, something like that, where I bust the what was it called? The energy. The air energy, get it? Air, because it harvested, it recharged your phone battery for Wi-Fi signals. And I go through the calculations of the spherical radiation pattern and the capture area of the antenna. And it's just like, it's in the order of like, it's not even microwatts, you know. It's like, but yeah, I guess it's possible. If it's Samsung and they've actually got a product, then yeah, it's probably possible, but I don't know how good it's going to be. Like there's going to be a battery in there, right? It's going to, like, because there has to be, right? It's got to harvest it and store it. I don't see the point. Like I really don't. It's just marketing wank. But it's probably possible with really ultra low power transmit, you know, and enough time to harvest it and stuff. And yeah, look, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a coin cell in there anyway. Rocket launch in 15 minutes. What? Which one? Yeah, I'm still way behind. Sorry. Yep, I'll catch up. I'm still 10 minutes behind on the chats. When you work for yourself, the boss is a jerk. Yeah, I agree. Yep. Okay, yep. Yeah, I was going to say, there we go. I'm caught up. I'm caught up. Whoa! No, it's just scroll back. Maybe that's what it's done. It just automatically scrolled back all my comments. Maybe it did that while I wasn't watching. And that's why I was... Wow. Okay, I'm caught up. My mouse did something weird. And just go. Doesn't the mouse have like a scroll mode or something? If you accidentally hold down the buttons the wrong way and move it, it does something like that. Rocket was just scrubbed. Which rocket was it? Which rocket launch? Was it the SpaceX? When are they launching Starship again? I guess no one knows. Welcome to being caught up. Yeah, I'm caught up on comments. Wow, I suck at this. Yeah, as I said, I wish there was like a feature where after a certain amount of time it would just, you know, automatically scroll to the bottom, like, you know, so that I don't get carried away and then forget that I'm scrolled up. Like, because there's nothing to tell me I'm actually caught up. Like, you know, like it's really not obvious. I think Linus Tech Tips determined that the super chats mess up all of the chat and they delay everything. Yeah, it's just, yeah, the problem is to overlay one of these things, I've got to click on a comment and then it stops the scrolling. And then it totally stops it. Yeah. Yeah, I could probably do it with an auto hotkey or something, yeah, probably. I have no idea about AVE in his recent post. I don't know what joining him means. What's he doing? Something that he's inviting people in or something? Yeah, the batteries in a TV remote last 5 years. I don't see the benefit either. It's just marketing wank. Yep, totally agree. Yep. So did everyone see last week that I posted my lunch? I posted my Mongolian chicken, my Mongolian stir-fried chicken. I posted it on Twitter. Posted a photo. Yes, the Canadian truckers. What is this? Absolute bullshit. Is it in Quebec? I think in Canada. Ah, Trudeau needs to be dragged out, kicking and screaming. Holy shit. I think in Quebec, Canada, if you're unvaccinated and you go to the supermarket, there's some health like monitor or somebody who has to follow you around to make sure you don't buy anything other than groceries and medicine. Fuck off. Why does anyone in Canada tolerate that shit? Why? Why? Unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, the trucker protest, the anti-mandate AVE is supporting the anti-mandate protest. Yes, I will support any anti-mandate protest. Well, subject to, you know, it being violent or anything like that. Yes, no, I am anti-mandate. No, fuck mandates. No, it is the wrong direction for society. The end. Deal with it some other way. I don't plan on doing a special episode on James Webb Telescope. Yeah, no, it's not been tracked from Sydney. It's been tracked in Canberra. But I've done a tour of the facility down in Canberra. It's on my EEV Discover channel. Trudeau went into isolation, did he? Is he being... I don't follow the Canadian news, but it seeps through enough into my various timelines to see that it's just, fuck me. How does anyone put up with that in Canada? Holy shit. You can be as pro-vaccine as you want, and that's great, but you should be anti-mandates. That's just like, imagine living in a society like that. Holy fuck. Yeah, it's a bit extreme. Yeah, it's like, no, it's so extreme you should not. Yeah, that's pretty shit. Everyone's saying that's pretty shit. Yeah. Yeah. With a bell. Yeah. Unclean. Yeah. It's, fuck me. And there's no, like, even if you, even if you supported doing this shit, it doesn't do anything. How is following somebody around a shopping, like a grocery store, and what is the difference if this unvaccinated person picks up a pair of socks instead of a fuck me? It's just, oh my fucking tyranny. Unbelievable. No. If you want to live in this, if you support that sort of shit, then you deserve everything you're going to fucking get in your society. And it'll come for you one day. It'll come for you when you finally refuse to take the 10th booster shot, right? And then you'll be unvaccinated too. And then, because that's the ultimate end game, right? Is that, no, they will eventually come, and they'll do it for other things. They'll do it for other things as well, right? Once you let them get away with that shit, that's society you live in, then they'll eventually come for you as well. And then you'll complain. No, the time to fight is now. What? SpaceX rocket is going to cash... Is that cash the moon or crash the moon? I heard this on Twitter. That somebody else mentioned this, that SpaceX is they're going to crash on the moon or something. What is that? Is that a real thing? Can somebody... Is that, or are they just hoping that they crash? Is this like an anti, a ha-ha SpaceX thing with their moonshot or whatever? Quebec have their own series of laws under the Canadian Constitution. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Maybe Trudeau has no say in that, but that guy's a fucking mad cunt. Get rid of him. And I'm sure he would support something. He looks like the kind of guy that would support something like that. Yeah, the problem is, everyone complains about, I don't know about other countries, but in the US and here in Australia as well, we have a prime minister. In America, you guys have a president, right? People complain about, oh, Trump never did anything. Biden never did anything. Morrison never does anything. Scott Morrison, our prime minister here, right? They can't. All of the power resides in the states. The federal, the prime minister or the president of a country, they can only enact federally, which means federal borders and stuff like that. They can deal with. They can only and money going to the states, giving federal money to the states. All they can do is withdraw money from the states. They can't tell states to stop doing these lockdowns. Right? They can only try and force their hand in some other way. All the power resides in the states. All the power resides in the state premier here in Australia, the state premier and the state governor, even though the governors never do anything here. Unlike the US, where it's kind of the opposite. The governors kind of like rule the roost, don't they? Or something. But yeah. The killer spud. Get your vax, but mandates are wrong. Mandates are fucking wrong. They're so wrong. I'm definitely, I'm an alt-right Nazi. Yep. Yes, I want my freedom. I'm an alt-right. I'm an alt-right Nazi. I want my freedom. No, it's just fucking unbelievable. I do have timestamps on, yeah, but I've got to look at my watch. That's how I know I'm behind. And I'm behind again. I'm behind again. Behind again. Here we go. See, I don't even know how it happens. I don't realize consciously that it's happening. What else will they mandate? Yeah, once you let them mandate that, they will mandate your life into a living hell. Sooner or later, they will cross a line which you don't agree with. And then it will be your ass on the line. Our politicians are too busy partying. Is this the UK thing? I love the Boris backflip. After he was about to be booted out, he was just on the air. He was on the knife edge of being booted out by his own party, wasn't he? And then he suddenly decided, no more mandates. Okay. Oh, sorry, the moon thing. Oh, okay. Thank you, Killer Spud. An old SpaceX booster will hit the moon. It's been up there like 7 years. Really? Oh, okay. After this, I'm going to have to go find details of that. Okay. Great. Okay, it's going to hit the moon. Well, it's a big moon, so I don't think it's going to, wouldn't it suck if it like totally took out the Apollo 11 landing site or something? But the odds, you could actually calculate the odds of that. And it's, I love the fact, well, it isn't a fact, but I love the theory, right? Somebody's done the calculations, and they're pretty certain that the original Apollo 11 descent module is still in orbit around the moon. That would be freaking awesome. Every other Apollo one is not. It crashed into the moon, and they've found the landing spots. They've never found Apollo 11, and they've done the calculations. Somebody's done the orbital mechanics and everything, and saying, and done all the worst case, done the Monte Carlo analysis, and they've like, if here's the surface, right? If here's the surface of the moon, when they abandoned the lander, right? They when they got into the command module and then shot back to Earth, and then then they jettisoned the lander. Then it was supposed to orbit the moon and then eventually crash into it. But they've done the Monte Carlo analysis, I guess, for want of a better word, of, if there's a better word in orbital dynamics, I don't know, of the spread of the possible trajectories over time. And if this is the surface, it got within like a kilometer or something of the surface, but it never actually touched. So they've calculated that it's somewhere within that region, and there was, and if you believe if this guy's modeling is right, I'm not sure if multiple people have done it, but if this guy's modeling is right, it never made it. It would there's no way any path, like the uncertainty of the path that they have, ever intersected with the surface of the moon. So apparently it could still be orbiting the moon. That would be awesome if we could get that. Imagine if we could get the original Apollo 11 descent module still in perfect condition, floating around. Well, I don't know about perfect, but still floating around the moon. That'd be awesome. Somebody will find it one day. Like I really hope that it's still there and it hasn't crashed. Because if it crashed, because they've found all the other ones. Like they're using the lunar reconnaissance orbiter and stuff. They've found the photos. They've eventually found the field of debris where it's just crashed. So yeah, so it'd be awesome to go back and visit. So I'm hoping within my lifetime they go back and visit in the debris field where it's just, all the bits just scattered all over there. But the Apollo 11 one's still there. Legault, is it? Premier of Quebec needs to go. Okay, so they have an individual premier for that region. I don't know. It's not a state, is it? It's not a state. They're not called states. They're called provinces or something. I don't know. Andrew says he's not going to take it. But you had COVID a few months ago. You're all good. Well, you've got your. There's no need to take it if you've got your. You've got your antibodies. The same antibodies, aren't they? Data may disagree slightly, but then some other data agrees. So, yeah. No, I think if you've had it and you've got the antibodies, I reckon you're good to go. I reckon you're reasonably safe. Makes no difference in spreading. So screw that, But yeah, no, if you've had it, then there's the booster shit and stuff, yeah, maybe. But yeah, no, if you've had it recently, I think you're pretty well protected. Okay, this is good. When is this SpaceX timeframe thing? Have they got an actual day it's going to happen? Are they going to train cameras on the moon and will we be able to see the plume? 30 days, 30 boosters to slow the spread. Yeah. Once again, I'm not caught up. Oh, somebody's put a link. Oh, I didn't know you could put links. Oh, I can't even click on that link. I can't even click on that link. Can't even copy it. That kind of... Oh, now my mouse is doing... Yeah, my mouse is doing something weird. Yes, I agree. People don't understand what liberty means and they're going to learn the hard way. Yeah, the feds can only regulate interstate commerce. Yeah, the feds can only... national borders. Here in Australia, it's, there's a list of... If you go to the Australian government website, there's a list of the... things that the federal government can do, and they can do lighthouses. So if you need a lighthouse fix, you've got to go to the federal government. It's not state government. Am I a fan of dope? I have no idea what that is. Oh God. You're talking about the US president? You're talking about Biden? He's not a president. He's a dementia patient. Sorry, it's just sad. It's almost elder abuse at this point. The guy's not in charge of Jack. Oh, was he? Was he Trudeau re-elected in September? Really? Yeah, there's nobody in the center anymore. There's only left and right. Did I actually say that, did I? I don't have to explain. Talking about Trudeau. Wow, I don't have to explain. Just go watch what the guy says. Okay. There's no more super chats. Yep, I'm 10 minutes behind. Okay, I've got to work out a system. I've got to work out a system to keep this chat updated. No, I didn't. No, the camera, I haven't fixed it. It's still here in pieces right in front of me. Yeah, unfortunately, the problem with the vaccine is that it wasn't as good as everyone hoped. It just wears off. Same with the, yeah, it's just, yep, unfortunately. I don't think too many, we wouldn't be in all this shit if it didn't wear off, and we, if it just did the job of traditional vaccines, and, they were hoping that it would, that it would, you'd just get it and that'd be it. Bob's your uncle. But there's a lot of unfortunate side effects as well. There's a lot of people who can't take it. No, there's not going to be any new videos with Doug Ford. None planned. I don't know. Haven't spoken to him in a long time. I'd have to get in touch with Dougie. He's actually moved up the coast, so I can't just go drop around to his house anymore. He lived fairly nearby. Get one of those nodding duck things to keep pressing your mouse. Yeah. Fuck off. Was sparring. Because I know what you're trying to do. Rod Elliott, yeah, I've been meaning to. Yep, might have to get in touch with Rod. Probably do like a video thing, rather than just an audio amp hour thing. I don't know. Should I do a video? Who wants to see like video versions of like the amp hour with guys like Rod Elliott? I was going to get, you know, Leo Simpson. I was thinking, you know, if I could get Leo Simpson from Silicon Chip, maybe Tricky Dick, others like that, I could get them on video. Is video better? Hide current comment. Haven't heard from Dave 2 in a while. Last I heard, yeah, he was still good. Still good, working for himself. Yeah, the thing with video versions versus audio is that it always turns out a bit different. The dynamic's a bit different. If you can see each other, the dynamic, in terms of audio, if you do an audio only podcast, it will sound different than if you do a video podcast and just extract the audio from it. Just the dynamics between the people, because they can see each other. It comes off differently. It comes off not as good. Not as good. If you want an audio podcast, it's much better to do an audio only version. It's not that much. It's not that much different, but you can notice it. I'm using a C920 webcam. Like I can switch. See, I can watch. I have the tools. I have the talent. I have the tools. I have the talent. Watch this. Boom. Hello. That's my Canon HFG 30. That's what I use for my Tegano videos when I'm talking on the Tegano. The problem with that is that my screen's over here and the camera's over here. That's why I'm not using that one. So it's just rude to have, like, for me, and you don't want to see my big nose and everything. So, you know, so yeah, that's why I just use a webcam for this stream. So yeah. Yep, use the C920 webcam. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, it's quite limited audience. Like my overseas audience are going to go, well, who's Leo Simpson or who's, you know, X, if they're only in the Australian scene. But yeah, I would want to do that. So. Yeah, because they're getting really old now, unfortunately. There's two sets of people that can tell you to fuck off, and they just want to smile in response. Texans and Aussies. Really? Don't New Yorkers as well? Aren't they famous for telling you to fuck off? Like, you know, won't a New Yorker tell you to, you know... There's no updates on the PSU. No, the PSU is not happening. The PSU is not happening. I've done a couple of videos on the LT Spice. I've done a couple of LT Spice videos. I did a fairly recent one with simulation of a transmission line. So maybe search my channel for LT. I don't know if I've got a playlist for simulation videos. Not sure, but I've done a few. What PC am I using for video editing? You can go see it. I've got a video on the second channel. Is it second channel video? I don't know. If somebody can find it. I don't even know what I called it. New video editing machine. So if you search YouTube for EEVblog video editing machine, I've got a new what is it? Bloody hell, an AMD. I've got a new AMD thing. I switched from Intel to AMD, so I've got a new AMD motherboard. Ryzen thing. Ryzen 7? I think I got a Ryzen 7, haven't I? I don't know. The shit just doesn't interest me, you know? Less inhibition with audio only. Yeah, I think it subtly comes across differently because we're watching each other and audio is just, yeah, it's just different. Yeah, maybe inhibition. I don't know what it would be, but I know it does from experience. It does sound different. There's Okurka trolling my grey hair again. How is I mentioned that at the start of the video. It's going. I shot a little bit before I started this live stream, and I'm going to shoot more afterwards. So I haven't found the culprit yet. I have shot some pre-footage of, you know, just talking about inspecting the board and stuff. I didn't find anything on the inspection. I didn't find anything on the component when I was measuring like individual components and stuff. And then I shot some screen capture of going through the schematic, and I talk about various theories. And then right after this, I'm going to put it back together, and then I'm going to power it up and probe it. And unfortunately, it's not easy to probe once it's powered up. So I'm going to have to, you know, the first thing I want to do is determine whether or not the digital is still running after this actually collapses. I want to isolate it. Is it just a high voltage thing, or is the entire power supply shutting down? So that's the first thing I want to do. So yeah, I'll do that. No live dumpster visit today, I'm afraid. That didn't work very well last time. I simply lost interest in the PSU. I simply lost interest in it. End of story. I've showed it off. It's virtually a complete product, but it needs work. But it still needs to go back and do work. It's a complete product. It actually works. But you know, to get it to production, to get it, like, you know, it's just, yeah, and I think there's a limited market for it, and it'll cost too much. And, you know. Nah, I don't think I'd do it a politics and current events podcast. I'm not good enough at it. I'm not good enough at explaining things. I'm not a very not a good orator. Is that the word? Is that the correct term? Like, I'm not like someone like Lewis, for example. Lewis is much better at it. Like, he's just infinitely better at it than I am. I'm not very good at expressing my thoughts and opinions on stuff like that in a fluid way. I'm just not very good at it. Thank you very much. Mike is Mike is sweet. Okay. Thank you for the 20. I assume that's 20 Yankee bucks. What are your office neighbors like? The guy behind this wall here, He's virtually non-existent. He's been non-existent for like 10 years. How long have I owned this place? 10, 11 years? He's virtually non-existent. He's like a one-man band. He does like an IT consultancy or something, and he's hardly ever there. He's hardly ever there. I see his car occasionally, but I know he is a Hillsonger. I know, or his kids are, or whatever. Like occasionally, his kids have come to, you know, be next door when he's when the Hillsong thing's on or something. They just hang out there or something. But yeah, I rarely see or hear him. Rarely see or hear him at all. And the ones on the other side over there, they are accountants. And I don't see, I see them. She's on the strata committee along with me. Oh, sorry, no, she's not on the strata committee. She turns up the strata meetings, and I see her occasionally, but yeah, I don't hear them. I'm sure they hear me more than yeah. But the guy next door is never there, to a point where at one stage I actually, because I needed more space, at one stage I asked him, look, I know you're a one-man band. I know you're never there. Can I rent like half of your office space so I can do packing and shipping in there? And or no, actually at the time I asked him if he's I also asked him if he's going to sell as well. Asked him if he's going to sell, and he said, oh, you know, maybe, or I was going to like rent out the whole thing or something. I don't know, I can't remember, you know. And yeah, he said, oh yeah, maybe, but this was a couple of years back. Yeah, so yeah, so I'm glad I didn't wait. Like he said, oh yeah, mate, you know, like I was looking for, yeah, this was when I was, yeah, so this was at least 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago now. Jeez, time flies. I was looking for another space. That's when I got the small editing suite, the 33 square meter editing office. I asked him first, can I like rent some space, you know, half of your space or something like that? And he said, oh yeah, maybe, ask me in the new year or whatever. So it was December or something. And then yeah, I'm glad I didn't wait, because I think he eventually said, nah, you know, he just didn't really want to do it or something. So yeah, I think like me, he just owns it, right? He bought it probably straight off the plan, because he was here before I moved in. So he's been here at least more than 11 years. So he would have paid, you know, nothing for it, right? Well, nothing in the scheme of things today. And he just pays, you know, the five grand a year to maintain it. And, you know, it doesn't really cost him much. It only costs him five grand a year in strata, and that's it. Like, you know, so I don't think, yeah, he just, even if he doesn't use it hardly any at all, it doesn't cost him much to keep it. So, you know, yep. Your DNS service just died. No, I don't agree. I don't think I run my gob quite okay. Like I'm decent behind the camera. Like I can just press record. Some people are amazed Dave doesn't do oral. Some people are amazed that you know, people that have seen me do it are amazed how I can just switch on a camera and talk, and a you know, almost perfectly formed video comes out of it. But that's not the same when I'm talking about politics or anything like that. Things are much better in my head than come out of my mouth, I think. Yeah, it'd just be an endless rant. Yeah, it'd just be, you know, yeah, I agree. If I did a politics show, it'd just be a rant of how, you know, all the shit stuff. It wouldn't, you know, yeah, no, there's other people that do that, and they do it well. Need to finish your driveway, Def Bomb. It's too darn hot. Hot in New Zealand. I have no ability to make an electric vehicle. I have no room to do it. I have no time to do it. Yeah. I have no idea what's... No, Sagan wants to be an astrophysicist. No, I don't push them into electronics. They don't do much. See, the problem the problem with having two kids, and they're so far apart, like they're four years apart, right? And that's enough. And that's more than enough for, like, I can't just bring Sagan, like Sagan's at the age, right, where I can bring him over here and we could work on stuff. But then I'm leaving Huxley out, right? And it's not fair. And Mrs. EEVblog will not allow unfairness, right? If I do something with one, I've got to do it with the other. And that's the problem. Like, I can't bring Sagan here to work on stuff, and then, because Huxley's not going to have the attention span to care, you know, he's not going to be at the same level. Or, you know, like, yeah. And so it's hard to do something with one kid without leaving out the other. And, yeah, so that's why we do very little in the way of, you know, just hanging out in the lab working on a project, for example, you know. Yeah, I agree. Fucking Hillsong. Yeah, they're a cancer. Mailbag is coming when people send me enough stuff, if I get enough stuff. Yep. I don't know, possibly. Like, I haven't done like a video of like titled, here's top 5 high-speed design tips. No, but I've mentioned it in several videos. I'm sure I have covered it a bit, but I couldn't point you to a video. It's buried away in other videos, unfortunately. Okay, I've got 20 minutes left. I want to keep it to 2 hours today. No, I don't think it's cause. I just don't promote the mailbag at all. So unfortunately, it's one of those things that if it slows down, it's a self-perpetuating thing. If it slows down, then like the frequency of it, then it's not noticed as much, and people won't send stuff in, and then it slows down even more. So it's got, maybe, you know, I've got to do a shout out saying, hey, send your stuff in. Hillsong is hoard, he won't sell. What kind of trouble will you get in besides fired if you upload schematics on the web for 2022? I don't know. You're talking about if you work at Apple or something and you upload the circuits. Well, yeah, they'd probably sue your ass into oblivion. Yeah, you'd want to have nothing. You would want to have nothing. Because the problem is you can't sue somebody for nothing. You know, somebody who's got nothing. David 80 doing a press-up challenge. Joe Biden style. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't think I rant very good about politics, apart from saying no, fuck mandates or something like that. No, it's, I don't, yeah, maybe, I would have to, I wouldn't say script it, but I would have to put my thoughts down in order to, express them properly. Yeah, some people have a way of speaking. Like I can happily turn on a camera and, talk about, endlessly about a PCB or something like that. And I think I do a pretty darn good job for an unscripted show. For totally unscripted, I just press record and start talking. And hopefully useful and interesting videos come out of it. I'm your favourite Kiwi. Been trolled. Yeah, I don't know enough about... See, if you're going to do a politics thing, you really have to be, like, looking at it daily. You really have to be looking and thinking about it all the time. And I'm just not. Look, I've just got my opinions like everyone else, right? Which tend to err on the side of liberty and freedom, right, above almost everything else. And a lot of people said, oh, but it's a pandemic. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, I supported the lockdowns at the start, but, you know, I don't support it now, that in the position that we're currently in, right? I don't support the mandates. And, you know, and stuff like that. And you could talk about other aspects of politics. And, you know, yeah, I don't follow it closely. Like, you have to follow it closely every day to have a really, you know, good fluid opinion on it, I think. Otherwise, it's just a rant that I don't like this, you know, or, you know, I don't like what Trudeau said. I don't like what, you know, Johnson said, or I don't like what bloody Biden said, or something, you know, like Morrison said or something, you know. It's like, yeah, it just becomes like individual rather than fully formed opinions. It becomes just, you know, rants on something that somebody didn't like. So yeah, I know. I used to work with a girl that made her own electric car, and that would have been, that would have been in like 2006 maybe. Yeah, that would have been in like, you know, yeah, 2005 or something. She was doing her own electric car. She was an engineer at Tally's, and she was doing her own electric car. And yeah, the amount of, yeah, it was really, like, it's still difficult to do if you want to make your own from scratch. But yeah, like, this was like, yeah, it was, yeah, it's been a lot of time, a lot of money on it. I've given my review, Mr. Fix-It. I've given my thoughts and opinions about electric cars in the video. I love electric cars. They're great. They're not for everyone. They're not for everyone. I'm not an electric car absolutist, but I would, well, I am for me, right? I would never go back to buying an internal combustion engine car. But then again, I have the ability to charge it at home. If you don't have the ability to charge it at home, don't buy an electric car. Simple as that. Like, just don't buy it. But I'm not an EV absolutist in terms of, like, I don't think electric cars, I want them to be mainstream, but I don't think they will be. I think they'll remain niche for, you know, there's just, like, they're still vastly more expensive than an internal combustion engine car. And the fact that the charging stations aren't everywhere, it's just, I think they're going to remain fairly niche, even though the uptake has been very solid, right? It's been like a ridiculous year-on-year uptake. I'm not going to say it's not sustainable, but the price isn't coming down, right? It's just too easy to buy an internal combustion engine car. And a lot of people can't, they don't have the lifestyle to have a fully electric car. So I think, unfortunately, they're still going to remain fairly niche. For I wouldn't like to put a timeline on it, but it's many years. It's many years. So yes, I love my electric car. It's great. I'd never go back. But it isn't for everyone. Oh, no. Well, apart from people who like the vibration and the noise and the, right, you'll never convince those people, right? Just fine, right? If you love your, you know, like, I can dig it, right? I can dig that you love your 1970s Porsche, right? I can totally dig it. It's cool, right? But yeah, if there was no price difference, and if electric charging stations were absolutely everywhere and everyone had the ability to charge it at home, it's a no-brainer. Everyone would have an electric car, and there were no supply issues with, you know, the lithium and the cobalt and all the other stuff that goes into making them. Then everyone would have an electric car, because they're just so much better to drive almost in every way. They're so much better in almost every way, except for the ability to refuel them quick. They still can't meet an internal combustion engine car. You can just fill it up in 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops, and you go from 2 or 3 minutes, and you go from 0 to 500 or 600 kilometers. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? You just can't beat that. Any tips for finding suppliers in China? I just go to AliExpress, and then if you can't find on AliExpress, you go to Alibaba and you contact them straight. I'm talking with a supplier at the moment of thermal chambers. I'm thinking about getting a thermal chamber. To buy it here, it's like 1/4 the cost It's 1/4 the cost if I buy it direct from the supplier in China. So I'm thinking about getting it. It goes from 0 to 60. I'd like it to go down to like -10, but I can't get one that goes that low at a reasonable price. But I found one that goes from 0 to 60, and it's only like $1,000. It's cheap, but I don't know how much pay. But getting it shipped here because it's like it weighs like 60, 70 kilos or something. So it's like it's quite substantial. No, I don't mine crypto, although technically I do have a library ASIC miner, but I had it running, but it's gone at the moment ever since I moved lab. No, I haven't tried out the new KiCad 6, and I'm way behind on the comments again. Send in your shit, people. I need mailbag. Thank you. Yeah, it's the enthusiasm, the way of presenting. I don't think I'm as good at presenting the politics side of stuff, that side of stuff, as I am in presenting the engineering side. I think I'm just way better at the engineering side. So, just because you're good at one subject doesn't make you good at talking about some other subject, even if you're knowledgeable in that subject. Anyway, I'm going in 10 minutes, so we better... What was she, Jerry Ellsworth? Sorry, who are you talking about? Must have missed something. Oh, about the car. Right, no. Jerry Ellsworth did not work at Tully's and she's not in Australia. No. I've never met Jerry. No, it's not her that made an electric car, if that's what you're talking about, unless it's something else. What are you talking about, Psychro? I don't do April Fool's videos. No idea what you're talking about. So I don't even know. The answer is no, I would not have an idea. Build a nuclear submarine. Yes, I'm pro-nuclear submarine. Yes, I have driven a Tesla before buying mine. There was no contest. When I bought mine, there was no contest. The Hyundai EV, it was $30,000 less than the Tesla Model 3. It was 30. The Tesla have since dropped their price, but when I was buying mine, I bought mine. Mine cost about $50,000, which was basically free, by the way, because the government just gave me money, COVID money, free COVID money. My kids are paying for it, but I basically got my EV for free, right? Because I got COVID money. I got COVID business stimulus money, right? And that basically paid for the car. But anyway, $50,000 for the Hyundai EV versus $80,000 it would have cost on the road to get the Tesla Model 3. There was no contest. No contest. I'm not paying $30,000 more. Fuck that. No. And I liked the Hyundai better. It had more space. It had more boot space and stuff. And I just liked it better. And Tesla got quality probably. People all complain about the problems with the quality of Teslas and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm sure that varies a lot. You really only hear about the squeaky wheels that really have problems, I guess. Like no brake shoes, or my windows door seals are falling off, or stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, you drive a hybrid, Brendan. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, we decided no, we didn't want a hybrid. We just didn't want it because we've got an internal. We still have an internal combustion engine car for going on big holidays, right? And that's pretty much all we use it for now. If we're going on short holidays, we can use the EV. But if we're going on big holidays, we use the internal engine car. Not because of the charging. It's simply because of space. And we are looking at, because it's like our thing, our cars, like internal combustion engine cars, like 12 years old now, and it's getting, it's done a couple 100,000 kilometers. It's getting towards, end of life kind of thing. So we are thinking about an EV, but there's almost nothing that matches it at a reasonable price point, right? I think you can buy a big, like, huge BMW thing that's like $150,000 that has a lot of boot space. When you go on, when you've got a couple of kids, and you've got a wife who carries and takes a big suitcase, and you got bikes, and you got bloody, beach equipment, and everything. When you go on holidays, you've got to throw everything in, and you've got to have space. And we just don't have space in the EV. And there's almost nothing on the market. Although I think, is it MG? Or is it, no, who's one of the that gets their cars made in China? They're bringing out like a station wagon EV or something. It's like, or is it out already? I'm not sure. Yeah. So yeah, we need something with space, but I don't want to pay, like $150,000 for it. Right? I want it at a reasonable price, but I want space, right? So yeah, and there's just, I don't think there's much, if anything, on the market at the moment. Would I drive to Darwin in an EV? Yeah, that'd be fun. Yep. You have to plan your trip. Like, if you're doing long trips in an EV, you've got to plan it. Like, it's not, it isn't easy. It'd be fun, though. Yeah, like, yeah, you can get like here, you can get a decent used car for maybe $5,000, I'd say. One that's, relatively safe, and is, you get an old Toyota Corolla or something like that. A decent one might cost you $5,000, and it's, and that's going to get you around. It's going to be safe and relatively modern, and it's not going to break down and stuff. And yep. So yeah, EVs just cost too much. As well as some people just simply can't. If you can't charge it at home, there's no point getting an EV, I don't think. Unless you can charge it at work, maybe. That'd be a different thing. Yeah. No, I am not a car person. No. The highest horsepower car I've ever owned is 130 horsepower or something. Like, no. No, I'm not a car person. I just don't care. I've never driven a manual car. Never driven a manual car in my entire life. Yeah, don't they have subsidies over there, and everyone has the ability to charge it and everything else? And yeah, doesn't surprise me. There is no high frequency noise from the inverters. They're silent. The great thing about EVs, they're completely silent, apart from the tire road noise. Whoa, like you just sneak up. Even the tire road noise, when you're going slow, it's low. Like, you sneak up on people. People don't realize you're coming. They're that low. Even, which they have to put noise generators in them to make them simulate cars. And mine's got one, but even that's so low that people still don't hear us. You have to be careful. You don't run into people because they can't hear you coming. Oh, I don't think flow batteries are going to work for EVs. I thought about getting a flow battery from home. There's a Australian company, Redflow. They do flow batteries for home storage. They make them here in Australia. I haven't followed them recently, but yeah, I don't think flow batteries would work in an EV. I don't. Yeah, no, I haven't found an X-ray machine, and I have not gone ahead yet with getting the license for the X-ray yet. You're going to keep your supercharged V8 EV, yeah, for daily use. EV's looking more attractive, yeah. EV's just better in almost every way. We just hate driving our internal combustion engine car now. It's like, oh, do I have to take the stinky car, as we call it? Like, yeah, I had to take the stinky car to work today. I was going to ride my bike, but then I've got to carry some stuff home. So, yeah, I had to take the stinky car, drive the stinky car to work. The whole 5 minutes around the corner, you know. It's like... Oh, you've lost your mojo, Channel 1. That's no good. Mechanical engineering. Feel like I am enthusiastic for the subject, but the lack structure to the theory bothers me. Do you have any tips? Work on your own shit. Work on your own stuff. Yeah. Try and find someone else there who, you know, has the same sort of interest level. That was very difficult. When I was at uni, it was very difficult to find other people that had the same level as, you know, there was only like me and my mate that I had from very early on. You know, it was very difficult to find anyone else who had any interest outside of, you know, had any hobby interest at all. So it was like, yeah, but if you can, like, it's probably much better these days. But yeah, if you can find someone else, just work on your own projects to keep you enthusiastic and happy. Yeah, Mike said flow batteries are impractical for EVs. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I don't think flow batteries do really fast charge either. I don't think that... Yeah, I think that would be totally impractical. I'd have to agree with Mike. I'd have to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's right. I don't think flow batteries will ever be a thing in EVs. You dislike the direction electric cars are moving as a car as a service and microtransactions like the game industry. The irony coming from a software developer that works for a tech company. In what way? Car as a service. There's microtransactions? I don't know. Do Tesla have microtransactions? I bought my car and it just works as a car. It doesn't have to phone home. It doesn't have to do anything. Teslas are different. Teslas are very tied in. Yeah, no. Mine is just a car. It just functions like it feels like a car, functions as a car. It's just I bought it and that's it. You know, just works. But yeah, I hope it doesn't go that way, because no, I would not support that. Yes, I will do another Patreon hangout. Very shortly, I will do probably a video. Because I'm now on locals. And there's like half a dozen people who've already joined, but I haven't really publicized it apart from Twitter. Locals, so I've got locals and Patreon and Subscribestar. So I'm thinking about doing a video. Here's how you can support the EEVblog if you want to. And yes, I'm going to be doing more live hangouts with on Patreon. So if you want like an actual hangout where you get to video in, where everyone videos in and we talk to each other live, and yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to do more of them. So I'm going to promote that. I'm going to promote that I'm doing that as one of the perks if you support me on Patreon or locals or Subscribestar. Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Not caught up again. EV short battery life is a myth, says Mike. Yeah, I'm unless like something happens to you know, like failures can happen. But as far as regular, well, you know, if you charge it to 100% every time, I'm sure it's not going to be good. I charge mine to 80%. I've got it fixed. Only time I charge it to 90 or 100 is if I'm going on a really long trip. Oh, you couldn't get the COVID stimulus money? I'm sure it's all gone now. The accountant said no. Oh, bugger. My accountant just sent me a message one day and said, here's your free money. And it happened like 3 times or something. I got 3 payments and it paid for my electric car. It was enough money with the trade-in to pay for my electric car outright. Holy shit. No, I'm way behind. That's it. The MG EV5 estate. Yes, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's might be the one that has enough space for us. But I don't know if I can bring myself to buy a Chinese-made EV. I don't know. It's a conundrum. But if it's the only thing out there, yeah. Yeah, I'm way behind on the chat. Thank you. Heinrich, again, super sticker. Skoda. Enyaq is never heard of it. Family member's got a Skoda. Didn't like it. I drove it. Oh, don't like driving the Skoda. The Skoda was, oh my god, it was like, it took forever to accelerate. Apparently it's a European thing. I don't know. They told me when it's like a European acceleration thing or something. Oh my god, I didn't like it. Like, you put your foot down and then it takes time to kick in and accelerate. Oh man, I just hated it. Hated driving the Skoda, man. Yeah 2 hours. Thank you. Yep it doesn't have to be exactly 2 hours, but yeah. Yep, unless there's any last minute questions, I will go and finish off my repair video. I don't know if I'll be able to repair it. I doubt it, because I think my suspicion is it's high voltage breakdown in the tripler or something like that, but that's yet to be confirmed. So Brian, thank you. What kind of X-ray machine I'm looking for? You work for a company that designs and builds them. Awesome. I'm looking for something that just gives me a digital output. Like, I don't want, like the old photo dentist ones where I have to develop film or something like that. I want something that simply, I can close a cabinet, push a button, and I get a JPEG somehow. I don't know whether or not, whether it needs to hook up to a computer or a network. I don't care how it does it. I just simply want a digital image out of it. That's it. I want to be able to just put something in there, close the door, boom, JPEG or a PNG or something like that. It'd be nice if it had some, dial adjustments for, set in the like the depth. Is it the depth of field, like, kind of thing, for want of a better word, and stuff like that. But yeah. Something like that just lets me sort of just get some basic X-rays. Like, I just want the most basic thing possible that just gives me a digital output. It does not have to be a live output. Would be nice. Live, like, video output would be nice. Like, if it interfaced as a webcam to a PC or something, that'd be really schmick. But I'd be happy just to get a JPEG out of it. So yeah, if you got something like that, send me an email. But I assume that they're, tens of thousands of dollars. I don't want to pay that sort of money. I would pay thousands, but I wouldn't pay tens of thousands. Skoda is VW now, is it? Oh yeah, no, they always were, I think. Well, when my family member bought one, it was a Oh, okay. They're essentially VW, essentially the same car. Okay, right. They just call it different things in different segments. Yeah, that's common. Oh, okay. Inspection equipment for the packaging industry. Yeah, so it's an X-ray machine with a conveyor. Yeah, probably not. I probably want, like, just a simple, like, thing that doesn't take up much space, that I can just shut a door, so it's all safe and everything, and just get a JPEG out of it. So yeah. Yes, the Faxitron. Yeah. Yes, I do actually have Faxitron as an eBay search term, but they almost very rarely turn up here in Australia. In fact, all of them turn up there overseas, and you've got to import them. Yeah, one of those dental X-ray things. Yeah, I might have to do some more investigation. I think I will go burger and chips today because I had the Mongolian chicken last week. They're pretty much my major choices. If I'm not feeling like eating anything, I'll just get like a smoothie or something like that, you know. So no, I think I might go the whole hog burger and chips today. Yeah, bugger it. Letting myself go. Okay, yeah, Faxitron 30 has limited penetration. Yeah, I guess I don't need much. I guess it doesn't matter what I get. There'll always be something I put in it that it doesn't work with. You know, that's just like, unless you get some, you know, whiz-bang $100,000 thing or something. Like, Lab Tech. Okay, do Lab Tech make X-ray machines, do they? Okay. I'll add Lab Tech to my X-ray terms. Oh, has Sharia got a X-ray machine now too, does he? Everyone's got an X-ray machine. Jesus, I feel left out. Yeah. You cannot buy an X-ray machine in this country. You have to have a license. Yeah, you have to apply for a license and get a license before someone will even sell it to you. You can't sell them secondhand. You can't sell them secondhand to somebody who does not have a license. Yeah, sucks. And you won't be able to import them. It will not get through customs unless you have the license. I have not heard that. Nope. I don't know why that would be the case. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, everyone. I should go. I should... yeah, I should go. So thank you for all the super chats and all the regular chats. And yeah, if you want to do a video hangout with me, definitely sign up to either Patreon or Locals, and I'll do more video hangouts. I might actually like do them after, like on a Saturday, like after this. I might like finish my regular chat, and then my regular live show, and then I might do like a live hangout. So yeah, I might do that. So anyway, thank you very much, everyone. I'll get back to shooting my Philips video, and I will finish that Ghostbusters edit. It's a big edit. It takes a long time to edit, 2 hours, even if it's just chopping up all little individual bits. You know, it takes time. I'm getting there. Yeah, no, there's no love for Subscribestar. I've got like 18 people, I think, on Subscribestar, which is more than I have on Locals. I only got half a dozen on Locals, but I only just started Locals, and I haven't actually promoted it yet. So yeah, I'm going to promote it. I thought about maybe dropping Subscribestar because, like, is having 3 of them too much? But I like giving people choice. Like, I don't support anyone else on Subscribestar, so I don't actually personally use Subscribestar, just like I personally don't use Locals. I do use Patreon because it's like the oldest. So I use Patreon myself to support, you know, I'm a patron for other creators. You know, I've got like half a dozen creators that I support on Patreon. I don't do it on Locals. I don't know. There's nobody on there. Oh no! So one of my I used to support the history guy. On Patreon, and then he moved to Locals. Like completely moved. He shut down his Patreon and he moved to Locals. And it's like, oh, fuck. Why don't you give people choice? I think they must have paid him to do it. Yeah, to actually completely abandon Patreon. He had like, I don't know, 1,500 patrons or something, and he completely abandoned them all. And he moved to Locals, which, yeah, no, I don't support that. But I might follow him again on Locals, maybe. But yeah. So yeah, I'll do the OnlyFans stream. Yeah, so I'll do a, so I'll want to do more. So I'll do a video promoting that shortly. So anyway, thanks everyone. Catch you next time.